What's up, everybody? It's Mewkey-Tay, Wanderer. And I said in my last video I posted a couple hours ago, it was a special day for me. It's a Star Wars day for me. And it's a little backstory. Back in like 2011, 2010, 11, I came back to some of the things that I used to play and watch when I was a child. Pokemon, Digimon, Star Wars, stuff like that. Well, I came back to Star Wars hard. This was before Rey's movie came out, The Force Awakens. And I didn't have much money at the time. I was just getting on disability, I think. And I was like using Wikipedia and internet sites to read on lore for Star Wars. Like I read about the ranks of the Jedi system, how Yoda had the Grand Master title, because I hadn't never watched the Clone Wars, and Star Wars: The Old Republic hadn't came out yet, where Satele Shan was revealed to be the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. So I'm reading on Wikipedia how Yoda's the Grand Master and stuff. I'm doing lore on Mace Windu about how he fought a whole army of droids, 10,000 droids versus one man, Mace Windu, and he won. I even found a little video clip on YouTube showing him fighting 10,000 droids and how he did it. I was reading the lore about the different color crystals, how the Sentinels in the Jedi Temple had pole staffs, sabers that were yellow. And I was like trying to see what color my color would be if I ever got to pick out a lightsaber, and I chose purple. Even though the only black person in Star Wars, which was Mace Windu, had a purple blade, I didn't feel like I was copying him because I didn't really like his character anyway. I just liked the idea of a purple lightsaber. So after a couple of weeks or whatever, I got a disability check. I went to Wilmington to find me a lightsaber, my first lightsaber, the blue one that you might have seen in my old videos. And the nights before, I was like doing research trying to see which one I was going to buy. And something told me to get Obi-Wan's. And I was like, Obi-Wan's a little boring to me. I compromised though. I get Anakin, same color, blue, just not such a boring design. So I went and got the blue saber. That was my first lightsaber. And I started getting books, started buying books, and getting into Star Wars lore. Like sometimes I'll be in here reading a book all night, or something. I'm watching a movie. And then I feel adrenaline. I just jump up, grab my lightsaber, run outside, step out the door, jump off the porch, and swing the lightsaber like it wasn't no tomorrow. For like 2 or 3 minutes probably, I don't know. It wasn't a long time, but I would be exhausted. And I would do that like every day, every couple of days I had energy. It was probably because back then I still used to smoke weed. So my focus was on there. I had focus, and that might be like one of the reasons why I haven't been able to practice consistently. Because I used to do it because I was high. Like I used to go out there about 3, 4 o'clock, and I'd be practicing with a stick in my hand until the sun went down. Now I go out there for a couple minutes, and I'm winded for real. And I try to say it's because the lightsabers are heavier or some shit. But no, I'm sober. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I think about going back to smoking because it opened my mind to a lot of new pathways and stuff, new neural connections where I can think of stuff and think about stuff, about the future and stuff. But I'm never gonna smoke again probably, unless they make it legal in North Carolina. And then I'm still gonna hesitate before I do that. Because I used to spend all my money on it, and I can't do that no more. I gotta spend my money on me. So now that I stopped, I got a whole library in here, books and stuff. I ain't even finished them all. I got video games and movies and everything I want. Lightsabers. So anyway, I've been into Star Wars for a couple years. I got my first computer and I was like, I'm going to get Star Wars Galaxies because I've been watching that video I've been watching commercials about Star Wars Galaxy and advertising since I was really young, and my parents would never let me put it on their computer. I finally got my own computer. So I ordered Star Wars Galaxies. When it was in the mail, they made the announcement they were shutting the game down because they were going to replace it with the Old Republic. And it broke my heart because it felt like a real sandbox, like I could go anywhere, do anything on Star Wars Galaxies. And I didn't know if it was going to continue like that on Star Wars The Old Republic. But The Old Republic came out. It was my second MMO or some crap. It came right on time or something else. It was one of my first MMOs. I think it was because I bought a computer from the local daycare for Star Wars Galaxies and it didn't come out. And then by the time I got my first laptop for real, I did get an MMO. So anyway, all that aside, I've been always into Star Wars. I've been reading the books. I remember I, Jedi. That was about a dude who had a long lost love, his long lost wife or something, kidnapped him. He went to Luke's academy to become a Jedi. He got frustrated, decided he needed to rely on his investigative skills that he already possessed from his career. But he kept his Jedi training with him and went out in the galaxy to find his wife. That was a good one. I remember reading Knight Errant about a Jedi who was growing up behind the enemy lines in Sith space, where all the planets were controlled by Sith and they were all captives in captivity, oppression, how hard it would be in Sith world. That was a good one. I started the Young Jedi Knights books about Han Solo and Leia's kids. This is before The Force Awakens. It's called Star Wars Legend. It's not canon. It's the extended universe or some shit. So I read all the Young Jedi Knights books, which was 14 books. And then I got the New Jedi Order series, which is 21 books. And I'm like on the 10th book right now. I don't know. I thought it was 7th or 8th, but I think it's more like 10th. So anyway, yada yada yada. I'm into Star Wars. I play the Old Republic all the time. So but anyway, like I told you before, when I first got into Star Wars, I picked out what color I wanted to be, and it was purple. And that's what this video is about. I never bought the purple lightsaber because Mace Windu's lightsaber was never available, like in any stores locally or anything. I guess it was always the first to sell out. But I went on Ultra Sabers, had a little bit of money. I didn't open this yet. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get it out. Had a little bit of money, and I was able to make some progress. So without further ado, since you sat here and listened to me talk for 30 minutes, I want you to share this unboxing of the lightsaber that I picked out to be my color. And now here it is, like 10 years later, and I'm finally opening it. Damn, too much tape, y'all. Too much tape. I appreciate them not stuffing it full of styrofoam. Yeah, I gotta put it down for a second. I gotta open this. I can't spend 10 minutes doing this. 1 second, I'm opening it while I'm getting the tape off. Can't spend 10 minutes one-handedly feeling around on this tape. Come on, buddy. Open. Nobody has time for this. Trying to rip through it now. Okay. Come on. It's still not coming. What's keeping it from coming out? Oh, it's just hung up. It's got claws on this lightsaber. Okay. Now, if you ever saw Mace Windu's lightsaber, you have seen it was gold and silver. This one is also gold and silver. I did a little more lore. Probably the same page that ooh, it feels good in your hand. Probably the same page. It was caught up on this. I couldn't pull it out because it was under here, under these claws. And it said that purple lightsabers, they updated the wiki, of course. And it says stuff like purple lightsabers are for those versed in the dark arts and the light arts or whatever. I just got a preview of it. So I got the black screw on it. I was torn between, well, I wasn't torn between, I know I'm Jedi more than Sith. And, but when I was doing lore, it was saying that, you know what, some of those Jedi who use purple sabers, who are well versed in the dark side and the light side, incorporated the dark side into their Jedi ways, they were deep on the dark side, like very deep enough to be considered good, like good in the hood with the dark side people. It was no limit to what I would study and how deep into the dark I could go, still preparing for this to come out. Now, I didn't have enough endurance to go the whole 3 weeks all Star Wars. You can tell by my videos. But I started it off pretty good, and I've been reading. Without further ado, check this out. My purple blade. Usually I get the clear blades. This one's a white blade. Usually I go clear, but when I did a video with my blue lightsaber, I was waving it around, and it was like reflecting in the light. It was daytime, broad daylight. You could see really good the blue. So I was hoping they'd do the same thing with this. But I guess the color is just a little too bright for it to be able to do that. So don't laugh at my junky ass room. I'm going to turn the light off. And we'll see what it looks like. This is me with my purple bladed lightsaber. Do not hate. I will come for you. You can see the emitter. It shines. Ooh, this is nice, dog. I'm feeling this. And then when the lights come back on, it still shines. It's beautiful. So thanks for sitting there listening to me. I was happy to make another video showing my face, because I never do that. Even though I probably got a lot fatter, my medicine making me fatter or whatever. My cheeks, I noticed this morning, my cheeks were on fleek. Like, they was huge. But anyway, Mewkey-Tay Wanderer, I'm out. May the force be with you.